Previously on Sins the Hero's Tale, Thalia and Lucian traveled across the desert to Ro Tafos, the resting place of the ancient Mahadi kings. Descending into the royal tomb, they eventually happened upon the unrated chamber of Prince Saladin. After collecting some treasure, Thalia avoided a massive collapse in the floor. The two were then attacked by a group of colossal centipedes, who seemed to gain the upper hand on them. Narrowly defeating the giant bugs, Lucian attempted to cross the fallen floor to join Thalia, but fell into the abyss below, narrowly avoiding death by using Clover's airbag function. The fall destroyed Clover, but Lucian was able to restore her before assisting Thalia descend the chasm with his magic after she spoke to the prince's ghost. The two finally emerged in the long-sealed tomb of King Mahad I, where Thalia helped herself to a large sum of treasure and spoke to the spirit of the deceased king. They were then accosted by a young brass dragon calling himself Andramal, who was trapped in the tomb after getting lost in a series of underground caves. Striking a deal to show him the exit if he helps them escape, the two rode on Andramal's back and were able to leave the temple and travel back across the desert to Nessasnau. Trying on the mask she found in King Mahad's tomb, Thalia was met with a bizarre feline creature in her mind before coming to her senses. Electing to wonder about this later, Thalia took to bed. The following morning, Jura, Okazad, and Charya made their way to the pit for Jura's fight, which Thalia eventually came to watch. Having fought his way through the other competitors, Jura earned a place in the tournament finals against the reigning champion, Lothar. Lothar's defenses proved themselves formidable, but Jura emerged victorious in the end. At the award ceremony, Jura met another of the High Commodores, a Kenra named First Lieutenant Garanark. At Garanark's goading, Jura challenged the Commodore to an impromptu final fight. Garanark accepted, but even after affording Jura several free hits, was able to defeat him with a single punch. After leaving the pit, the party went their separate ways again. Thalia exchanged her treasure from the tomb for a sizable sum of gold to the Mahad Historical Foundation, while the others went to the naval fort at Xena's request to speak to Lieutenant Skute about the murders in town. Learning the Heartrender's MO, they reconvened with Thalia and returned to the Ivy to formulate a plan. Thalia sent 4 to Winkrell for her own safety, and the party began brainstorming leads to pursue. They turned in for the night, intent on beginning their hunt for the Heartbreaker of Nessasnau the following morning. Heartrender. Yeah, Heartrender of Nessasnau, but I was not about to read that entire thing a third time.
Yay, made
Wow.
up words.
Yeah.
Disappointed again.
Sit on a cactus, my friend.
Maybe
Not
I
a lot
will.
around here.
So I imagine, unless there was anything expressly stated that y'all wanted to do after the last time, y'all would have taken to bed after the meeting aboard the Ivy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then you awaken the following morning. I believe at this point it has been 2 days, so you will need to re-up your subscription at the Port Authority if you want to stay here.
Do I
Yeah, I'll
need...
go take care of that.
It is a morning. I need to roll my
Yes, roll your con.
stuff.
Or take those herbs or whatever.
Well, I gotta take tea, and then that just gives me advantage.
Yes, so go ahead and
I
roll
shall
that with
drink
advantage.
my tea.
Then roll that con with
and-
advantage.
Let's see. It's just a con save, right?
Yes.
Okay. Huh, thank God for advantage.
Hey, yep. Then you would appear to be good today.
Yay! And I think today also, I need to find a doctor for my first checkup. So.
Right. Then I will turn the helm over to you guys. You can decide what gets done and when. Oh, don't everybody pipe up at once.
Well, first we need to
Oh.
pay the Port Authority.
Well, unless anybody else wants to go, I'll be.
All right, then I'd say Okazad and Thalia go and visit the Port Authority.
Okay.
How many days would you like to extend the stay by?
I would say just 2 more
I'd say
days
an
for
additional
now.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say an additional.
Because
Okay,
we're
so-
definitely going to need more than 1 day, but I don't know if we'll need another day
Yes.
after that.
Alrighty, then that would be 4 gold in total, 2 for the ivy, 2 for the cone.
Done.
Also done.
And you are now good for another 2 days.
Alrighty, where do we want to stake out?
Well, we need to meet up with everybody else
I
first.
don't think.
I mean, yeah, but we can at least talk that while we're getting back. I'm assuming you have ideas.
Well, didn't we already talk about that last night? We already decided
I'll
who
be
was going
honest.
where.
I'll be honest, me as a player forgets.
Yes, it
I believe some
was.
of us were going to the constabulary.
Yeah, Thalia and Charia were gonna go off together, and we were going to go down to the mortuary, to the morgue.
Yeah, to the morgue and the constabulary.
Yeah. And then we were gonna meet up with what's his face with her. So I don't know where everybody else was going though.
Yeah, we were gonna go down. If I remember correctly, we were also you and me were gonna go back to the Black Sand Inn and look for the soul trader who my character wants to stab.
Yeah,
I think
that's
who she was talking about.
that's who
Yeah.
I was talking about. Yeah.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah, that's why me and you are together and nobody else is with us.
Yeah.
And I think y'all, the others were gonna go to the fort. No, we went to the fort last time. We were gonna go talk to somebody.
No,
Yeah,
I think
Jura-
it was
Jura
at the
wanted
fort
to-
that we need to explore where the bodies were currently. I think. before
No,
we
the
go to
the
temple.
constabulary's morgue is where the bodies are.
Yeah, so me and Chari are doing the bodies.
And I think Jura mentioned something about wanting to speak to Bracken.
Oh yeah, I think that's where y'all were going first.
I genuinely do not have enough knowledge of what I was doing.
Just to
So
remember
if we-
real quick,
yeah,
who was
so if-
Bracken again?
Bracken
Sorry.
was the buff merman from the tournament, the one with the nasty looking teeth.
Oh yeah.
The one who was anti-magic.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. We thought it was going to be someone who would have like either a lot of strength or a lot of magical prowess. We were going to look into that.
So then, what I'm hearing offhand is 2 main destinations: Thalia and Charia going to speak to Heinrin, and I'm assuming Jura and Okazad going to speak to Bracken.
Gotta go find him, but yeah.
Yeah, I think those are the main destinations.
Okay, so
With
then
things
y'all
in
can
between.
either decide who wants to go first, or one person from each of those 2 groups can roll initiative, and whoever's is higher can go first.
I'm good with
Uh,
either.
I think initiative is basically just a coin toss at that point.
Okay, yeah, let's just do the initiative since it doesn't sound like any of us want to go first.
It
like
really
you
does.
two.
Oh. Jesus.
Well, I guess I'm not.
Well, guess you are.
Yeah, okay, so I guess you guys are going to talk to Bracken first.
Have fun.
Wait,
I guess you're first,
oh,
Crypto.
he did it. That's
Have
okay.
at it.
I didn't see his 13 there.
How did you not see the 13?
Because there was a little red block before it on my end.
Okay, so the dreaded party split takes place. Thalia and Charia, you go off to your place, which we will cover after this.
Mm-hmm.
And Jura and Okazad, you make your way back over to the pit.
At least we're only split up into 2 groups.
Mm-hmm.
We split the party. We're all dead. Like,
And as you arrive, you notice there's significantly less of a crowd today. It seems to be that the events on the docket for today are marginally less interesting than the tournament from yesterday. It seems to be just a bunch of people either 1v1ing each other or like one person in like a survival match against a bunch of desert beasts or something of that nature. But the attendant notices you come in. Good morning, gentlemen. Champion Jura, how are you?
Fine. Tired.
I would imagine so after yesterday. You've earned yourself a rest. Though that said, what brings you back here?
Looking for the angry fish man.
I assume you mean Mr. Bracken.
Yes. That one.
I believe he was on the docket today. I haven't seen him though. What might I ask is this about, sir?
Just gotta talk to him. That's all. Nothing bad. Don't worry. No. He should still be here by later.
His fight starts in about 10 minutes. Let me roll something for this man. I saw him leave a little while ago, but unfortunately I do not know where he went.
So he has a match in 10 minutes and he left?
He seemed to leave in a bit of an angry huff. I don't know what he was after, though.
Do you know where he possibly went, or the direction at least?
He left through the south gate over there, so I would imagine he headed off in that direction.
Yeah. We can either wait 10 minutes and hope he comes back, or we can try to follow him that way.
I'm leaning towards follow. Does he usually leave this early before a match?
No, he's usually very punctual.
So that means definitely up then if that's the case.
Has he done anything else that's been kind of weird, out of character for him today, or?
He has been noticeably more irritable since the tournament, but other than that, no, he's been his usual surly-looking self.
All right. Well, I guess
I
that's.
think we need to start looking.
Yeah, we'll go find him. Worst
10
case
minutes,
scenario,
we'll
we'll
be
come
back
back
here
at.
and we'll see if he's back.
Yeah.
Very good, sir. And he waves you off as you leave. And as you both leave the pit and begin to travel south through the poorer district of town, I would like you both to roll me a perception check. Jura, you kind of get it. Okazad, you hear it loud and clear. There is a scream that you hear from about 1 city block south of you.
Well, we gotta sprint over there.
Yeah, you hear that, Judah?
Yes, sort of.
Come on, let's go.
Alright.
Should lead the way. I don't exactly know where I'm going.
Yeah, basically Okazad just starts leading him down the way where you heard it.
Two
You-
lizard dudes run through town.
You run to where you heard the scream. As you get closer, you hear a couple of other, whimpers and winces as you get closer. You follow them into an alley wherein you see 2 people on the ground, seemingly beaten to all hell and back. And Bracken kind of has a third pinned, basically her back to the back wall of this alley. She appears to be a water genasi woman.
What
And
about
Bracken appears to be in a rage as he's looking at her.
I say, what about the 2 on the ground? Are they?
The 2 on the ground, one of them is a human, the other appears to be a Kenra.
Well, I'm going to go and tackle Bracken.
Alright, roll me an athletics check.
Wow.
With a 14, I'd say he wasn't expecting that. You managed to get a good grip around his midsection and take him to the ground. Let me see, do I still have his... I do. He is going to roll his own athletics to try and break free of your grasp. And unfortunately, he is not going to succeed. So, Okazad, you witness Jura basically bracing himself and pushing down on this behemoth of a man who is growling not unlike a mad dog at this Genasi, who roll a perception.
Alrighty, I'll do it again.
With an 11, you can't really tell too much heads or tails of this young lady, but you do notice a seemingly magical tome in a holder on her waist.
Everything alright here?
What a casual thing to say to people that have been beaten.
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, just more like now that he's off of her or whatever.
At this point, she's staring wide-eyed at the 2 of you. And she's actually reaching on her tome. She pulls it out. The pages flip themselves, and a bit of light begins to pour out of it. What do you
Hey.
want?
Honestly, not to you.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, thing to say on first date.
You fail.
Oh, she beat you by one. The light glowing from her book begins to turn almost like a glowing orangish red, not unlike a fire's glow.
I was like, I'm
And
trying to remember correctly. What was the order that was next supposed to be in? Because I know fire was the one after this one.
The next one was supposed to be an Earth Genasi.
The next one was supposed to be Earth.
Yes.
Hmm.
Is that what it was? I thought the last victim was Earth.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I thought the last victim was water, and then the next one was Earth, and then it was fire.
Well, unfortunately, that would be something for MJ's recording.
I'm pulling it up.
While he's doing
Like,
that,
I actually-
You continue on, but I'll
Yeah, well-
I'll pull it up.
Yeah,
They
we'll
least have-
soldier on
I
through
mean,
this.
it's also kind of relevant. Like, maybe this is relevant. To what's going
this
on.
is something someone should have written notes about.
Yeah.
I thought I did, but I guess I missed
Wait.
that. That's me.
Anywho,
No, I didn't take notes on that either. So,
Unfortunately, yeah.
all right, that's on all of us then.
but
Yeah,
she, well, with her insight, she can at least tell that you're not with Bracken, but she still doesn't entirely trust you.
Lady, I have this guy tackled who was just attacking you. Clearly, I'm not here to hurt you.
And there it is, persuasion with advantage.
I don't think you need the advantage.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother rolling against that.
Okazad, can we just make sure the captain,
It's just
like he's doing everything better than me at this point?
He's also just rolling better in general.
I don't know. I started off not great. I have a +7 athletics and I got a 14.
Mm-hmm.
The Genasi woman flips the book closed, resecures it on her, on the holder around her waist. She sidesteps around where Jura has Bracken pinned. Bracken, Jura, you notice like his head is just fixed as he stares directly at her. He is physically clawing at the sand beneath you, trying to get at her.
Dude, what's your
And-
problem with magic, my man? Calm down.
Magic!
Alright, get
Okazad-
over it.
And Okazad, she takes a slightly more defensive stance, now standing slightly behind you, like positioning you a little bit between her and those two.
Can I see if something's like overcoming him? Because something just seems like, I don't know. So just something seems off.
That's Arcana.
Yeah, that would be.
I don't know why. I really like the word
Well, I
use of
love nothing about
arcane
this
and
shit.
Arcana. I don't know. It just sounds nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, with a 4, you can't tell.
Well, let me check. I'm bad at this, but you know what?
Yeah. Well, not
You
giving
are
up,
equal.
so.
Yeah, you are equally bad at this. Yeah, no. For all you know, this dude is just rabid,
know,
trying to get at her.
He's in a frenzy right now.
Yeah, like you notice, Jura, as you're on top of him, pinning him down, he actually feels a little fevered. Like he is actively heating up, trying to get to her.
Someone should probably call some authorities over. Maybe several.
I
Yeah.
think I'll go take care of that now. If you think you can hold them still.
Well, you keep her with you. Also get some medics for those two. And be quick.
Yeah, let's get this over with. Come on.
As she leaves to follow Okazad, Jura, go ahead and roll me one more athletics to hold Bracken in place as he struggles to resist you.
Okay.
Ooh, 18. That'll be a tough act to follow.
It can be done. But not
But
by
not
him.
this time. It can be done, just not at the moment.
Do I find any guards nearby?
Oh yeah, yeah, you don't even have to roll for that. I would say there's always at least one within earshot.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes. What can I help you with?
There's been an altercation down this alleyway back here. 2 are now down and need medical attention immediately.
You were so casual about this.
You
I find that
show
really funny.
you show him where to go. He reaches into a small little satchel on his belt and he pulls out a large marble-sized scrying orb. I need the backup in the south side of the middle district. And he sets it back. All right, what do we have going on here?
Well, let's see. 2 people are immediately down. The third one right here was, well, basically being held up by the shark man there, and my friend decided to put him down to the ground.
As he looks down the alley, let me roll for him. Isn't that Bracken from the fight pit?
That is, as far as I'm aware.
What the
Something
hell is he doing
seems-
here? What the hell
something
is he doing
seems-
here?
Even the guys at the pit were a bit curious as to why he just walked away for a bit. It's unusual to them.
We don't see him out of there too often. So, what, you said he attacked these two and was in the process of attacking her?
Yeah, he just showed up out of nowhere and started beating up on my friends.
And Dragonborn, where do you fit in on all this?
Well, we were looking for him because we had a few suspicions, and, well, we stumbled upon this scene.
Suspicions
Now,
of
as you
what?
can see, my lizard friend here is now trying his best to keep him held down, but he's quite resistant, if you can see.
Right.
Right.
Great. Can I do a quick perception just to see if I can hear this?
Yeah.
Also, on
Oh,
the side
yeah,
note,
you hear it.
All right.
I checked out the video. By
I would
the way.
like to say to the guard, I'd like to answer your questions, but can we get this taken care of first before he gets away or something?
Just hold him there a minute longer, champion. My backup should arrive soon.
You
Go
were
on,
saying,
MJ.
I was gonna say I did check the video, and we were in fact told that the next one was an Earth Genasi.
Okay, so the
Aha, I was
well,
right.
so the most recent victim was water.
I
All right,
just found that out. Yeah, that was about 3 hours out.
all right then.
I figured like something might have been.
Case
wrong,
closed.
but I figured it would be still noted.
That's a plus
You
1 point for me.
You
Mhm.
said you suspected him of what?
We're looking into some things, and something just didn't seem right with the whole situation.
All right, just tell him, dumbass. He's
We'll
a
tell you- we'll
guard
tell you
here.
back
He
at the- we'll
knows.
We'll tell you back.
No, just tell him now.
Jura, roll athletics one more time.
Well, I mean, we're still waiting on the guards to get here, anyways, so that's not going to be. But
Wow, you still managed to overpower him. Yeah, like as you yell, just tell him, dumbass. Like Bracken tries to use that opportunity to basically outmuscle you and throw you off, but you're not having it. Like you got your tail in on it now.
oh, for the love of, he's suspected for murder. That's what.
I can't say I'm too surprised. If he acts like this, then murder certainly isn't outside the realm of possibility. And at this point, a couple of other guards start showing up, and Jura, they assist you. They basically slap a pair of manacles on this man, and they hoist him to his feet, and one of them helps you up.
About time.
All right, we'll take this one to the constabulary.
Well,
We'll be with you shortly, but
yeah.
What about that medic team for the other two?
I'll be staying here until they arrive.
Do I have anything? I don't think I have anything that can help him, but no, I don't got nothing for them.
Unfortunately, I do not yet.
Well,
Well, at least that's going to be.
And yeah, the other two guards begin walking Bracken back to the eastern side of town.
and so I asked him where he's gonna be held, just so I know.
Oh no, they said the constabulary. No,
No, but I'm asking. They're like I'm world building.
I mean, they just said they were.
Well, I'm asking him where that would be, just for.
We've got a bullpen in our main office. We'll keep him there.
All right, we'll definitely hold it over because we'd like to know some more stuff too. We're working on the heart renderer case.
You see his eyes go wide. And you think that Bracken's involved with that?
At the very least, he has some suspicions, and this doesn't help his case.
Interesting. Chief
wouldn't-
Bassa will want to hear of this.
Well, keep in mind he's still a suspect. He's not guilty yet.
Of course not. But we appreciate you bringing this to light. We'll make sure it's in the report.
All right. We'll be heading over there after you guys are done questioning him, or maybe even before. We'd like to get our questions in.
We'll know to expect you.
In the meantime, Miss.
He's dressed in the water genasi.
Yeah.
Oh, the wizard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's a wizard.
Yeah, I
Yes,
kind of
there's
figured with the book.
Genevieve.
You said he just like showed up out of nowhere and attacked.
He was following us for a little while. At first, I thought he was lost. But then once he had us cornered, he just went ballistic.
Have you ever seen him prior to this encounter?
No, I mean, I've seen his likeness on a couple of the posters advertising the pit, but no, I've never seen him in person. Gods, the teeth are even worse in person.
Yeah, I know about that.
What can you tell me about your friends who are currently down and out?
We were just in town stopping through. We're more or less security for one of the merchant vessels in the docks.
So seemingly this was just a seemingly random attack.
Yeah, we've never dealt with him before.
Hmm.
All right. Well, all I know is he hates magic, undesirably so. Even more than I dislike magic, but I wouldn't go that far.
A lot of people don't like it, especially in places like Ushala. That doesn't mean you go around attacking mages in the street.
No, I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing.
Hmm.
That's why this is even stranger.
Still doesn't
Well,
explain a few things, but
well-
we'll have to figure this out back at the other place.
Yeah, we'll figure out why this is going on. You shouldn't have to worry about him from this point on.
If we need
Mhm.
you again, is there any place we should look?
We're at the Winking Crocodile over in the townscape.
Hmm.
All right,
Okay,
we'll
we'll
stop
be
by
by.
if we find anything out about why this happened.
Yeah, figured we'd be safer staying in the hotel next to the constabulary.
Well, like I said, we'll let you know if we figure anything out.
Hmm.
Right. Is that all?
This is all as we can do. You're welcome, by the way.
Hopefully
Sure.
your friends are gonna be up and at him not too long.
She turns to leave, like gives the guard one more look, pulls a hood over her head and disappears.
What do you mean? When you say disappears, you mean like just walks away?
Yeah,
disappears, or just-
as in like rounds a corner and vanishes.
Okay. I just
Yeah, just
want
just
to
just-
clarify that.
yeah, no, rounds a corner and blends in with the crowd.
Well, I guess we should head over there ourselves to Okazad.
Hmm. Before he does, he asks the guard, where can we look for these two when your medic team comes and picks them up?
Assuming there's nothing else wrong with them, they'll be free to go. They might return to their hotel. If for any other reason there's something else wrong with them, we might seek further medical aid at the temple.
Alrighty, that'll be all.
Yes. He
Yeah.
looks at you like kind of returning your dismissive look.
I basically just like gesture to Joe's like, let's just go.
Yeah, just like returning your dismissive look. Yes, it will.
I like how we've kind of become like the investigators very quickly. Like we are the cops here.
Probably bad ones at that.
Lizard Squad. Oh no, wait, no, not Lizard Squad.
Come on, let's
No.
just go, Joe.
No, not the Reptile Brigade.
That's better. I don't know if you know, Lizard Squad was an old hacking group. I don't know if they're still around, but yeah,
Yeah.
we're not Lizard Squad.
Just let's just keep going.
Yeah, all right. So we'll me
Unless
and
the other guys
Okazab-
want to get on with their thing.
Yeah, no, say we'll head over there, and that'll take us some time. So if you want to move over to them,
That'll work. So kicking on over, I'd say Thalia, you and Sharia have made it to the Black Sand Inn. And go ahead and roll me a wait, what?
Oh wait, we were doing that first? Why would we?
You tell me, what are you doing?
I believe
Okay.
we were going to the constabulary first. to
Yeah,
check the body.
if we're going from the port, I would also say that Thalia tells Charia that she also needs to find a baby doctor first, and that if we can recruit the doctor
Even better.
to come with us to the morgue, they may be able to glean more information than we can, because Thalia's basically gonna go, I don't know about you, Charia, but I don't know much about like autopsy stuff.
I don't usually do autopsies. I'm very much more in the, was in the background of causing autopsies to happen.
Exactly. So if we can find the doctor first, do the checkup, and then recruit the doctor to come with us to the morgue, that would probably be the better option. And then we can
Oh,
head
good.
that way to the Black Sands. Considering
Sounds
considering the
way.
morgue is first.
Fair enough. That is a much more sensible game plan.
Yes.
So then, if you would, asking around the bazaar, you would find that the people would tell you that there is a doctor, bit of a transient, but he's very good at what he does, who has set up shop here a couple of months ago and has been running a practice out of his tent.
All right, then we'll go there.
All right, following people's instructions in the bazaar, you arrive at the tent, and I can slightly happier music for the people in here.
Yay.
So you find the doctor's tent. You actually have to do a double take for this, where most roll me a religion as you're looking at this thing.
Nope.
Yeah, unfortunately, you actually don't recognize this symbol. It's not one with which you're familiar. Charia, on the other hand, you're aware that most healers, especially those of the clerical variety, tend to either worship or be reverent of Hanaril, the spring and healing goddess, much like Ayame is.
Mhm.
This is the symbol of Luramia, the goddess of plague and famine and the sister of Marluxia.
You kind of stop, and I kind of look at the tent, and then I look over at Thalia, and I'm just like, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. That's not the religious symbol I expected here. That's
Yeah,
the one
you're
of plague
expecting-
and death.
Yeah, you're expecting like maybe a white canvas tent with maybe some flowery potpourri on the outside and some, welcoming symbols. No, what you see is Luramia's symbol against a black canvas tent.
Did we accidentally find a morgue?
Well, that'll be easier for us to recruit for him to go to the morgue. So, fuck it.
Yeah, not exactly great for your child. But
Well-
let's go check it.
Yeah, we were directed this way, so
As you
let's
part
try it out.
as you part the fabric and take a look inside, you behold a rather spacious waiting area. There's a couple of people in here before you, and this space lit rather well by candlelight. From left to right in waiting chairs, you see a man with a very large bit of swelling above one of his eyes. It almost looks like a really bad wasp sting. Next to him, you see a woman whose hand appears to be bent away that it's not supposed to go. And sitting directly next to her, you see a pair, presumably father and son. The boy is holding what looks like a training bow, and the dad very patiently is sitting with an arrow sticking out of his shoulder. And one by one, you hear names called, and they all go into the back area of this tent. And finally, after the father and son leave, the boy with the arrow now in his hand, the father with a bandage over his shoulder, and they leave, you hear a voice.
Is there anyone else?
I guess I'll go through the thing.
You want me to wait out here?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just getting
Alright.
baby checkup, so.
Have fun.
All right. Then you go back into the back area. And in Artpost, sitting before you on a stool, is a man draped entirely head to toe in a black leather long coat, what appears to be some kind of black jerkin or a doublet underneath, and a rather bizarre mask that starts at the base of his neck, creeps up, wraps around the back of his head, and forms goggles and a long, almost bird-like beak in front. He's resting his hands on top of a cane, and strapped across the front of his chest appear to be 3 vials of various potions, and there's a large pouch secured on his back.
who could potentially be turned into a potential apprentice for serial killing.
All right. Well, that's a good gleam of thought there.
Yeah, honestly, like if you did go and investigate all 15 or all 17 bodies, a nat 20 is the only thing that could have picked that out. So well done.
Woo!
Thank you, dice gods.
But
Okay.
That does give us a big
Yeah,
step up.
that's actually a major clue.
That is a huge clue, yeah. It's a master apprentice situation, kind of like in Bones with
Gormagon.
yeah. Okay, so I'd say that would have taken us a long time, so you can switch to the other two.
Yeah, I would say at this point it's at least late afternoon.
Yeah, that would have taken us a long time. To go through 17 bodies? Yeah.
Then I will go ahead and... So Jura and Okazad, you are back with the guards who are escorting Bracken to the constabulary. Completely unbeknownst to you, your shipmates are downstairs rummaging through dead people.
Nothing out of the ordinary for Thalia.
Yeah, I say not the first time, won't be the last time.
I was like, I do that all the time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, so unbeknownst to you, they're downstairs going through dead bodies with some very interesting company that is now counted amongst the crew.
Well, at least this time she's just looking for information and not money.
So
Anyway.
So you watch as the two guards take Bracken into one of the holding cells that's in that bullpen. The one goes to man the door, the other sets Bracken down, takes the manacles off, and backs up slowly while keeping a hand on his sword. Bracken then turns around and just stares outside of the cell.
So you go from being in the ring to being in a box. How does that feel?
As you walk up and speak to him, he looks down at the Phoenix Slayer draped around your waist.
No, get over it.
Has he ever spoken more than just one word at a time?
No, at most I've only heard him say magic.
Can you actually speak more than just that word?
He looks up at you. Let me roll something for him real quick.
Assuming you're talking about Okazad.
Yeah, Okazad. Come on, scroll down. Wow, he does not have a lot of proficiencies.
Yeah, he seemed very combat-based. Even more than I am.
So as he's glaring at you, Okazad. And who are you?
Well, that's progress already. So I'm assuming you understand why you're here?
Way to ignore the question.
Guards don't agree. And he turns to look at you in the eye again. Who are you?
For now, you may call me Okazad. Me and my friend here are also in a bit of an investigation, and hopefully you can help shine some light on this.
Ask.
But before that, why'd you attack those people in the alleyway?
The Genasi. She is a wizard. A magic user.
Okay, but you don't just go attacking people for using magic. You call them weak.
Okazad rolls his eyes at that.
If you do not support the cause, you are against us.
What is the cause? And who is us?
Let me roll one more thing for him.
And he exploded.
No.
He then blew himself up in order to keep his secrets.
No, he broke a tooth and just swallowed something, and then it's just frozen at the mouth.
Pretty sure tigerfish can just grow them back.
think so.
I mean, that's not what I was referring to, but okay.
He looks at you, Jura, and for the briefest, most fleeting moment, you could swear you see a flash of magenta go across the blacks of his eyes.
You were one of us. Something happened. Why do you no longer support the cause?
I'm gonna try and intimidate him to get him to explain what the cause is.
Wait a minute, did any of us even see that flash?
No, Jura did. Jura did, Okazad, you did not.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to intimidate him to get him to explain himself, like what the cause is.
Alright.
Not great.
Yeah,
He has to pass a wisdom save, doesn't he?
actually, he doesn't.
Oh.
He does not give a fuck.
Oh shit.
Well, I tried.
You no longer hear the voice.
I don't know what he's talking about.
She has abandoned you.
I think I know what he's talking about, but Okazad definitely wouldn't.
Yeah, Meta, I think I know what he's talking about too.
I'm pretty sure I do too, but still, I gotta.
He turns again to look at Okazad.
Do you wield magic?
May I ask how this is relevant?
He just stares.
Simple answers. Okazad, simple answers. Yes or no?
He doesn't even bother just saying a word. He just like lets some water like float around him with his fingers. Before
Bracken
just throwing it
bares
away.
Bracken bares his teeth before looking back to Jura.
You fraternize with the enemy. And so, she has abandoned you.
Well, apparently she's not worth spending my time with.
You know nothing.
I know more than you do.
You knew once. Now you are lost.
Alright, let's go back to... I'm gonna ignore this, he's not answering this.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the question that we started off. Why did you attack those people? They were innocent, they didn't bother you.
Magic users are never innocent.
Alright, so
All three of them were?
he's just attacking people.
No, it's like all three of them were?
The two before, they were in my way.
So
Okay.
only the Genasi was magic. The other two just protected her.
Okay. Did you
Okay.
murder the other Genasis that have been getting murdered?
The Heartrender murders. No.
Can I do an insight to see if he's telling the truth?
Go for it.
I think I'm gonna do it while I'm at it because I'm just as pretty much invested in this.
I did not do great, so you need to perform better than I did. Or he needs to
Hopefully.
perform really bad.
Well,
I did
let's
perform slightly
see.
better. Actually, we rolled the same thing technically.
For persuasion, there we go.
Great fail.
Wow, both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, you can both tell. Like he's got absolutely no correlation to that at all. From what
Okay.
you can tell, he's absolutely telling the truth. He cannot bullshit you at all.
Alright. Well, that's at least we got that answer out of the way.
Okay, so let's follow up on the next question. You were
Why did you-
scheduled to have
Yeah.
scheduled to have in a fight at just 10 minutes before you were actually found at this altercation. Why leave the arena that you usually fight so much in?
I serve a higher calling. I follow the voice.
Anything I
The
can do
voice
for
compels
like
you this much?
is there anything I can do for like recollection? Like see if I can remember.
You could try an insight on yourself.
I will do that. I don't know how that would work, but sure.
With a 4, it probably wouldn't.
What if I roll to check to see if I pass that?
You know what? Try it one more time with advantage. Because technically, you should know yourself.
Oh.
Ah,
Got
fucking
advantage.
advantage. Alright, let me pull out that page.
Hey, for once, the nat 20 was the advantage.
You gave it to me, so that's not on me.
Yeah, you do remember the evening of the Harrock clan's fall, shall we call it. You do remember the rage that you were overcome with when you got the idea in your head that they might have been magic users. You've heard the expression like your vision fades to red. Yours, now that you're thinking about it, faded to that same kind of magenta that was just in Bracken's eyes. And obviously now with a much clearer mind, thinking back, you had no indication that your clansmen were magic users, no... And even if they were, there was nothing in your doctrine that says there was anything wrong with that. The fact that they were magic users and that was bad, it was almost like something else told you that, some voice. And as you come to that realization, you now look at Bracken in a slightly more kindred way.
Something's not quite right.
And with that
What is-
21, I will also tell you, you can also pinpoint the exact time that mentality, for you at least, ended. It was when you were on Gangren immediately after the Basilisk fight.
After the Basilisk fight.
That was
Yeah.
when you started getting it in your head of, wait, why do I hate mages again?
What happened? I turned to stone. What happened between now and, like, beginning and then?
Something on your mind, Jura?
I'm trying to do some logical thinking. Not something I'm great at. Although I'm doing pretty good so far. Something's up, and he's got the same problem. Just remembering things. Is it magic, maybe? He might be influenced by something. Do you have a way to check if he's under some sort of spell or influence or something?
No, I believe that's Charlia who has that expertise.
Damn, foolish he was here.
As Charia sneezes going through one of the bodies.
No, sorry, must be allergies.
I'm gonna try. I am gonna try an Arcana check to see if I can.
Well, I know I tried checking this last time and it didn't work. So
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, you did it. Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
did too, didn't I?
Well,
No,
you now know, you have kind of an idea of
Oh, yeah.
what you're looking for now, so give me an Arcana with advantage.
Well, I have no idea what he's on about.
Well, it's better than last time.
Yeah, you're not entirely sure what it could be, but something happened to you between... You remember being turned to stone, but then when you were brought back to normal, that's when you were able to sort of think clearly again. So something happened to you after that point, and you figure that just has yet to happen for Bracken.
I'm gonna try something here. All right, just gonna whisper to Okaza. Like I'm gonna, do the whole cartoony. You're gonna turn around. I'm gonna whisper to him something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try something. Just gotta roll with me here, okay?
I'll do what I can.
All right. Well, I don't know if this will work, but it's worth a shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, Bracken? You're right. Magic is terrible. It's just the worst. I don't know why I hang out with this guy.
Roll deception with disadvantage.
Frankly, I don't know why I do either.
Oh, that's not bad.
It isn't. Let's see if Bracken can see through.
He does not.
No, he can't.
Unless he had advantage.
He has no
But
reason to.
you see through a grin of gnarled razor teeth.
Then eliminate him.
I will, but not yet. Not yet. Don't worry, I'll get him. You know what? I'll even kill him with his own magic, with this sword later.
To strike down the blight wherever it exists.
Yes.
That is our purpose.
Yes, I'm remembering now. I had forgotten the ways. But there's one thing that I can't seem to remember. I can't remember her name. It's like blocked. It must be some sort of magic is blocking me. Can you remind me what her name is, please?
Persuasion with disadvantage.
God, please come on. There you go. Oh, I missed it. That's not great.
Yeah, 9. Let's see.
Come on. Fuck.
She has abandoned you.
I know. I'm trying to get in her favor again. I need your help a little bit here, Bracken.
She will approach you if she deems you worthy.
That takes way more out of my throat than I wanted to.
All right. I know.
I can still do it. It just won't always sound consistent.
Bracken, please remind me. How do I get her to approach me again?
All right, try one more persuasion with disadvantage.
Oh,
Otherwise,
please,
you're
I like having my thrall the way he is.
yeah.
All
Otherwise, you're pumping a dry well here.
No, I'm basically taunting him at this point. Like, no, please, I would like having my thrall here.
13's across the board.
There we go.
He looks up and you see the. Well, now that he believes you, let me see if he can. Just a straight wisdom should do it. Yeah, unfortunately, with a 4.
She is the voice.
All right. Well, I think that's all we're getting out of him. Is there anything else you want to ask him before we go?
There's definitely something else wrong here, but there's nothing else we can really do at the moment.
Well, we know he's not doing the heart render stuff. And as for this voice stuff, well, we didn't get much out of that. So we might as well go try to meet up with the others. But at least we got a little information here.
Speaking of, where do you think those others are by now?
I don't know. Can't imagine too far.
Wait, isn't the morgue here?
I believe so. I mean, we can ask one of the guards.
I suppose we'll ask if they've seen the other two.
So I guess we'll go
Yeah,
ask the guard.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing.
Yeah,
All right,
so
so you leave the holding pit, and Okozad, you can practically feel the back of your head start to smoke as Bracken glares at you as you leave, and you just hear
Magic.
as you walk away.
I just flip him off as I'm leaving.
Can I just fling like a shard of ice at it? His general direction, not even try to hurt him?
You can, but the second you begin to cast, a lot of the guards would be extremely wary of you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Keep in mind of where we are. I wouldn't be against it, but
I know. I just kind of just want to do like something magical to flip him off.
well, he's under some sort of influence, and
Yeah, I know.
Could you
It's just
shape
like-
water to conjure a water middle finger?
Yeah, he'll do just that. Mostly just to like piss off whoever's making him do this.
Yeah, you watch him bare his teeth again, and he just growls.
that's it. Reptile's out.
But you walk up to the reception desk. There is a young Kenra woman behind the desk.
Excuse me, ma'am. You wouldn't happen to have seen a fox around here, have you? Well, Kitsune specifically, but
She looks up from her papers.
Look, if you're looking for one of our guards, I'm gonna need a name.
one of ours actually.
They said they were gonna go look at the morgue.
Roll persuasion.
Both of us, I'm guessing.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm the one that said it, so
Well, go ahead, both of you, because you were asking. And flat. She looks up at you, Okazad, holds her hand up to about where Thalia's height would be.
About yay tall, traveling with a half drow and a doctor.
I mean, the doctor.
Doctor?
Knew, but yes.
Yeah, I don't remember anything about Doctor.
Just a minute. Simmons!
And as that guard begins to come back, I would say at this point is when Thalia and Charia and Mephistopheles would emerge from upstairs, or from downstairs, rather.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect timing, actually.
Disregard,
Better.
Simmons.
Well, hello there. You guys learn anything? Also, who's this guy?
He's a doctor who's gonna be joining our cruise.
Yep,
Is
this is our new
good.
ship, Doctor.
Oh,
He's
He looks at both.
Mistopheles?
He looks at both of you and waves, and then focuses on Okazad.
Hi. Are you the cabin boy who will be helping me move my things?
Excuse me.
No, Doc. He's the captain of the other ship.
Well, this is awkward. Can we do this over?
I like
You-
him.
You found some
Yeah.
strange company.
Well, we don't have a doctor on the boat. The most we
Yeah,
have.
no, I don't deny this. We probably need one.
So the most we have is Ayame, and well, she is great at healing.
She's more of a
Always-
nurse.
Always welcome. Yeah.
Yeah.
More is always welcome. I will not. These bits.
I would hesitate to put Ayami near this guy, though.
Nah, she'll be fine.
It's just
Turns
But-
to Thalia.
Who's Ayame?
Little kitsune girl.
That sounds nice.
it's just
So, have you two found anything? Or three,
Yeah.
rather, I should say.
Yes, we have found some things, but why don't you spill the beans first? We weren't expecting you here.
Yeah, Thalia and Charia, you now notice the guards have Bracken in a holding cell.
Why is he here?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of what we found on our journeys, and that's why we're here.
Okay.
Long story
Well,
short, went to look for him at the arena, was not there, ends up attacking the Agenasi wizard.
Well, he hates magic. Like,
Yeah, but like I didn't like magic, remember? And I didn't go out just attacking everyone and anyone.
you attempted to throw Okazad and me out in front of a giant skeleton.
Well, that was a long
Anyways,
time ago.
why did Bracken do that? Did he say?
That's what we were trying to figure out.
He
With-
didn't. Well, he did kind of say.
Actually, now that I think about it, Charlie, you could probably help with that.
Sure. What am I doing?
Yeah, he seems to be under the influence of something. Possibly, he keeps saying, the voice, she will come to you, and yeah.
Can I see Bracken from here? Like,
Yes.
okay. I'm just gonna kind of like cast detect magic and kind of wave it over in his direction.
Alright, as you wave, you get in your head exactly what is going on with him. How familiar are you with a spell called Gesh?
Gosh. Out of character, I actually don't know this.
That,
Geas?
yes.
That's Geas.
No,
It's-
it's Celtic. It's pronounced Gesh. I checked.
I'm 90% sure it's Geas, but whatever.
Well, it's probably just.
Either way, now I know a little more what it is. Yeah.
He is under not only a Gesh, but the most powerful kind. The kind that doesn't wear off unless you get rid of it.
Oh. I don't know what's wrong with him.
But you also know the effects of a Gesh can be removed by scrolls and spells of Greater Restoration and Remove Curse.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of turn to one of the friends. Do you have someone who can cast, like, Remove Curse or Greater Restoration?
I
Oh,
can.
Jura, you've heard of that spell. That's what they used on you to get you out of that petrification state.
I have remove
Look at
curse.
that. That sounds familiar.
Oh, can you just, like, cast it over there on him? That'll fix him.
Sure. She'll walk over to Bracken and use one of her remove curse spells.
As you do, you
fuck.
see.
That's the wrong.
Huh.
Nothing. I'm on the. We're fine.
But this time, all of you watch a flash of magenta go across his eyes and then fade to his usual black. His normally bared teeth fade as he actually closes his mouth, and he looks a little sleepy, almost like he's rocking back and forth a little bit.
You okay, buddy?
Fine. Just need to cool down in here, I guess.
Yeah. Have you talked? So have you talked to any strange women who casted magic on you recently?
None come to mind.
Okay, because you've been under that for a while and almost killed several people who are magical.
I remember despising magic,
Yeah,
but I do not remember why.
magic.
Do you actually hate magic, or?
No.
Well, there.
You kept speaking on about some lady who would come to him if he was worthy or something. Do you recall any of that?
A voice. I remember now. It is what told me that magic is evil.
Well,
Were you able to look into it?
Rather powerful.
I was never given a name to a sign.
You know when it started?
Let me roll something for him.
Well, we know it had to at least have been since yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
No, I cannot remember.
Alright, well, stay here and chill out for a while then. Be
Talk to the
careful.
guards so that way you're not, in
Yeah.
prison.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna kind of turn to the lady at the desk and be like, yeah, he was under. Do you guys check for magical influences at all here?
We have specialists for that, but it's not part of the usual workup, no.
He was under a magical effect, and that's why he was attempted to kill magic users.
Interesting.
Specifically, how do you pronounce it, Chris?
Gesh?
Gesh.
Gesh. Specifically, Gesh. High power one. That wasn't gonna last. That wasn't gonna ever end.
That's holy magic.
Exactly. But the question is, do you know any? Have there been any other run-ins with him against magical people?
Buckethead.
I mean, he's a fairly recent addition to town. He came in, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, for the fight pit.
Well, now we're looking for someone who's got holy magic and high power stuff like that. Other things.
As
Well.
well as our resident.
So, do we know if he was? Do you two know if he was related at all to the Heartrender stuff?
He said that he wasn't, even when he was under the influence.
So doubtful.
Well, hey, Bracken, you wouldn't happen to know two very good medical people, would you? One doctor, one assistant, who's you guys who have met have been going after Genasi's?
The pit employs doctors. You may want to check there.
Alright. Thanks, Bracken, and chill out. We chill out here for a little while. I guess I can come back later and check on you and make sure that you're still doing good.
He looks over to Jura and Okazad, namely Okazad.
Apologies, Dragonborn.
He just gives him a good thumbs up.
If you see the wizard, apologize for me.
I'll make sure to do that if we ever have to go to talk to her.
Well, I told him that we would go over there afterwards.
You're not wrong. So
He calmly sits. He calmly sits with his back against the back of the cell.
alrighty, where does that leave us now?
Well, we can go over there and quickly inform her, and then head over back to the pit and find out. Let's see if we can find anything there.
Well, there's still the matter of our resident killers that I believe we just got a tip on.
Yeah, you guys go check out that place. We're gonna go check out our person. Try not to get into any more trouble.
We've been pretty good so far. I mean,
Outside of you wrestling him to the ground, pretty
Hey.
much out of trouble,
compared to I mean, nothing really. None of us got hurt, at least.
thankfully.
And it sounds like you saved someone from getting their throat torn out by him.
Yeah, we're gonna go stop by there and let them know what happened,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll head over to the pit and see if we can get more information there.
Alright, just be a little bit careful. Who knows who everyone is, you know?
Was that all you needed from me?
Yes, you can go ahead and get your things to the ship.
Yes, ma'am.
And he saunters out of the constabulary.
If you need help, go over to the Ivy, Pork and Antos. Tell them that, Okazad sent you.
I believe I will. Thank you.
Creepy
With
guy,
that-
but I like him.
Yeah,
So where
he
you-
seems a bit weird.
Before the group splits up again, where are you two going again?
They're going to see
Our-
the Doc's place.
Yeah, we're going out for a drink. Quick. Oh, and to meet someone. That's all you need to know.
Okay, well, we'll go take care of our stuff while you're doing that. I guess we'll meet back up at the Ivy afterwards.
Sounds good
Chips.
to me. Unless Ollie, you have anything else out there you want to check out?
Nope.
Yep. So then we'll meet back up the Ivy, put down the evidence that we find, and go from there.
All right. So me and Okazai will head towards the winking crocodile just to check up on and inform the one. So that's where we'll go first.
Have fun, you
All
two.
right. I would say at this point, when you enter the inn, you notice the two people who were with Genevieve in the alley. They're back up and sitting with her at one of the tavern tables in the main entry area. A little bruised up, and one of them's got a bandage over the side of his head, but other than that, they're fine.
So we'll walk up to them and just. Well, I will. I don't know about Okazai.
No, I'm going with them, obviously.
Alright, so I'll walk up and just give them a casual hello so I don't startle them or anything.
Genevieve acknowledges you and waves.
So we interrogated into an interview with
Mhm.
Bracken.
And
Well, he seems he was under a very powerful magical influence. He wasn't quite himself at all.
interesting. What could make him do that?
A spell called Gesh, apparently.
One powerful.
Wait, was that
enough
information shared?
that-
Oh no, someone said that out loud. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Charia said that out loud.
Mhm.
Yeah.
A powerful version of it enough that it would never end.
Yeah, with a 16.
Oh, wow. That's pretty serious stuff.
yeah, so he didn't. I mean, he meant to attack you, but not because he wanted to, because he was basically told to and forced to.
And you're sure that's what it was?
Mhm.
That's what our person said. They checked him, they found that spell, and then the said spell was broken afterwards, and he was back to normal.
He also
which
said
case
his
he's-
apologies.
With advantage.
Succeeding.
16 against.
Oh, wow. Okay, then. I mean, I'm still a little shaken over the whole thing, but once that
Jade,
wears
I don't
off,
blame you.
once that runs its course, though, I think I'll head over to the guardhouse and let them know to cut him loose.
Yeah, we talked to them already, but if you want to, talk to him yourself or slash them,
Yeah,
you still can.
they'll want to follow up and make sure I don't want to press charges, but if he was under a spell, especially a Gesh, yeah, if the spell's removed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, yeah, I see no reason to keep him in there.
We'll try to find out who's casting Gesh on people, because I don't think he's the first person to
Well,
have.
it was a holy spell, right?
Yeah, that's what Charia said.
So who would be
It's a pretty s-
powerful enough to have done it?
It's a pretty scary thought.
And that's another thing. It's a holy spell that you would have to be severely against other magic users, which seems, I don't know, hypocritical?
Maybe. Well, there's a reason for that too, though.
Both of you roll me a history.
Oh god, I'm terrible at this.
I did okay.
Okazad, do you remember in your travels a lot of the navy that you spied on between Gordatha and Crescent Cove? A couple of them made mention of anti-magic factions within the clergy of Ushala.
Hmm.
You don't know if that's exactly who's behind this, but you do know that that's one religious faction who would have an axe to grind with your typical casters.
Yeah, he just mentioned this offhand. He's like, maybe one of them, but...
That might be a place for us to stop at some point. So let's figure out what's going on here. We did find out that he's not the Heart Renderer, though, even when he was under the spell.
Like, Genevieve looks between her companions and then back to you.
That's good, I guess. Was he a
Well-
suspect?
Well, he attacked you guys, so that definitely made him a suspect.
So the last person...
Oh,
we have-
Genasi
Yeah.
woman, right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
So the next one should have been Earth, so it was still
Well, even
a caution.
yes.
What do you
So-
mean?
The lieutenant told you that. That was a kind of
That was a secret, guys. It's
I didn't-
classified.
Yeah, he
I didn't-
just mutters under his breath.
I didn't say that part. That was
No,
Deadlock.
he was he was muttering that under his breath.
Oh, you say that
That's
now.
what he said. Yeah. God damn it.
They
Emmett Deadlock, stop spreading all of our secrets.
hold on, no worry, I got this. The people are wondering, because it's been a little bit since an Earth Genasi has been murdered. It might be an Earth Genasi Dex. It's just suspicion right now. That's all, and I'll roll deception.
yeah, deception with disadvantage, unfortunately.
Oh fuck, that's
Well,
terrible.
good
Unless
good
she
job,
matches.
Deadlock.
Wow, she did.
Seriously, Jura just needs to do all the talking from now on. Like,
Yeah, I'm just gonna shut up from now on.
Ooh,
I'm gonna
we
shut up
live
from now on.
down here.
I'm gonna shut up from now on.
You know, I just need to be
All
ready
right.
to spell web at all points.
So, congratulations. In this instance, even when you suck, you succeed. Because she reaches forward, grabs a small mug of ale that was on the table, and throws one back.
Well, thankfully, I don't much care about that sort of thing. The guards can handle that.
Hopefully, not for much longer.
Yeah, our ship will be leaving in a couple of days, so Heartrender, not exactly high on my list of things to worry about.
Assuming you don't come back here.
Well, we're not scheduled to for at least half a year.
Well, keep an eye on the newspapers, and you'll find out we've caught him or her.
Or
Yeah.
Or not.
Keep subscribing to the Oceanic Times.
I
Well,
said the
regardless,
newspaper. I
we'll
don't
get
know what
out of
that
here
has to do with
now.
anything, but all right. Oh wait, yeah, I see what you're saying. That newspaper, got it. Okay. Not a lot of newspapers usually have times in their names. Don't read the newspaper that often. Anyway,
Anyways, we'll get out of your hair now. We just figured
Yep.
you'd want at least an update on the whole attack thing.
Well, I appreciate it.
all right,
She
so
she waves you off, as do the two who are with her.
All right, so with that, we'll head back to the pit once again. And
All right.
the
Then
group
while
will do
they're
their thing.
while they are going there, because it's almost the same distance at this point, we're gonna throw over to Thalia and Charia.
You know, because are getting our exercise in today.
For real. Putting all those steps in. So you both enter the Black Sand Inn, and almost in the same spot he was in last time, you notice Charia Heinrich Teckenveer sitting back, and it looks like he has some kind of newspaper in front of him.
The Oceanic Times.
I'm gonna go sit down. I'm gonna go sit down at his table.
I don't think it's me.
He peers over the paper and does a double take when he sees that it's you. Ah, there, Charia. Good evening. As he folds up the newspaper, sets it down, and kind of pushes it aside. He leans back and he interlaces his fingers in front of him. This is unexpected.
Well, it's not for the normal business of what we discussed yesterday. I had some questions about, well, something that's going on specific to this town that I was not involved in until recently.
Interesting. And I see you've brought our friend Lady Thalia with you. Good evening.
She smiles. Good evening.
Well then, down to business then. What can I help you with, Charia?
So you're called the Soul Trader, and we are looking for someone who's possibly attempting to steal souls, in a way.
Rather risky business. Especially if done incorrectly.
Indeed. Do you know of the Heartrender case, as I say, looking at his newspaper?
The case may have been brought to my ears, yeah.
Well, in case you need a little bit of a reminder, someone's been going around and plucking the hearts out of people, which in Mahadi culture is the seed of the soul.
They're not entirely far off either.
No, but I thought I would come to you and see if you might have any information. Because, as we can both agree, sneaking around a city with the guards, all on high alert from a murderer who's been going around for a while, is slightly more annoying, no?
Only slightly. But let's quit pussyfooting around. What exactly do you want?
I wanted the information on people you might, why, either A, what they could be doing with these hearts, or B, if you've heard of any hearts being moved around from Genasi women.
I haven't heard about anything being passed around, at least not in the criminal underworld. I'm also fairly new to this city. You must remember, Fräulein, I'm only here because you're here.
Indeed, but I figured you would have put out some roots already.
Ah, Vaskira taught you well. Incidentally, I don't know what you could use hearts for. Once you rip the soul out, more or less just pounds of flesh.
Well then, do you know of any... And I kind of look over at Thalia and back at him. Do you know of anyone who could, do so with a surgical hand?
Well, there is ein doctor who was practicing over in the bazaar. A strange fellow. But I do know that he's probably one of the only people here who could do transplants.
Yes,
That's if you're looking for surgical hands, though.
Yes, well, unfortunately, I don't think he fits the memo too well.
Well, there are a couple of other esteemed physicians over in the upper district of the city, but frankly, I don't think any of them might fit your bill either.
Well then.
Anyone non-medical that you can think of? Maybe magical?
Well, there are a couple of spells that could manufacture an artificial blade what to get past the thicker bones and remove a heart, but Offhand, the only people I know who would be capable of that kind of magic are in other city-states at the moment.
What if it were 2 people?
Ah, a team then. That might change things slightly.
You happen to know a team of doctors or a team of people like that?
Well, they are the ones that I've got going around town keeping tabs on you, but they're a little preoccupied with that. But you do have an entire town filled with prominent naval people. Perhaps it's one of them.
Possibly. It hasn't left my mind that one of the Navy people is abusing their position.
And I wouldn't necessarily pin this on Lieutenant Commander Atara, but she's definitely strong enough to make that happen.
Let's just say that I don't think it's her.
Fair enough. But just because the High Commodore is clean doesn't mean her command staff is.
No, and that you're right about. Would you happen to have any information about her command staff? I, unfortunately, or rather fortunately, haven't had a chance to meet them.
Oh, don't play coy with me. I know you went to visit Lieutenant Skewt last night.
Well, at least you are paying attention to me. It does make me feel wanted for the first time in a while.
Shinmei doesn't pay me to sit around twiddling my thumbs, Fräulein. But the young lieutenant is a fairly recent addition to the fort here. Or so I'm told.
How recent, if you could estimate on your information?
A couple of months, I think, was the succession ceremony.
Any idea where he comes from before this? Background?
Well, he attended the Officer Academy in Rowanasta like all the others. Before that, unfortunately, I don't know. As I said, my dear, you're the reason I'm here. I didn't dig too deep on anyone else.
Fair enough. And, well, do you think I could hire you out on the side, at least, for this?
He raises an eyebrow.
What did you have in mind?
Oh, since it sounds like your teams are slightly preoccupied from what you said with everything going on, I propose a mutual deal. You help us find out who the murderer is, and, well, I don't attempt to pin the blame on all of you.
You say that like we can't just disappear.
Oh no, but at the same time, I kind of lean in. The High Commodore is rather quick, wouldn't you say?
Extremely so, but she's also smart.
Mm-hmm.
And the Tekkenwehr is currently the strongest and fastest growing family in the Underdark. Lieutenant Commander Atara may be new, but she's not stupid. She wouldn't
No.
dare risk a war with the Underdark.
You're right, but at the same time, imagine if she didn't have to start a war. Imagine if she just had to put them your notion that Tekkenwehr's been putting up people to steal Genasi parts here. Wouldn't be
How do you
exactly the greatest mission.
I'll do you one better. How's about you put a pin in your half-hearted attempt to replicate your mother's charisma, and just ask for my help?
She'll bite her in the inside of her cheek. Still got a little bit of time, but yes then. Fine, I would like your help with this case, if you could, since the next murder is set to be soon.
Interesting. How soon are we talking?
The last murder, if I remember correctly, was a few days ago, and they happen about once a week.
Well, I'll keep an eye out.
And I would tell you where to look for me, but if you already know where I am, and if you wanted to, you would have killed me by now.
Of course. And of course I'll send a child with a note if I come up with anything important.
Yes.
So, while we're on the topic of helping each other out,
And she's just gonna kind of like close her eyes and. Alright.
oh, don't give me that look. I was actually pondering quite a bit on what you told me last time.
Oh.
You said that your bounty would only go away if either it was paid off or if Shinvei was dead, yeah?
Indeed.
Then I propose something different. And I know this is likely going to ring a little sour in your ears, but why don't you come and work for us?
Or. You expect her to let me work with you?
I expect that she's going to acknowledge that I have quite a bit of sway. There's a reason I'm able to command such clout despite being a male in our society. If I listen... Oh, excuse me. If I speak, even Shinvei will listen.
You make it sound like you control most of the power there. Or at
I
least a good
certainly-
enough chunk.
I certainly don't control it, but I'm a good enough asset to when I make requests, they're listened to.
And how do you know I wouldn't attempt to use this to get closer to her to murder her?
Honestly, I don't. But you need an out, and I'm offering you one. Take it, leave it, the choice is yours.
Not your game with this. It's. She'll kind of stop and think. It's. You don't operate like I'm used to from others. In our society, most would see a problem and axe it off as quick as possible. You've been sitting here playing, well, not both sides to per se, but playing around the sides.
By my own admission, Fräulein, I am this world's ultimate nihilist. I don't really care which side wins. I look out for number one, or nothing else really matters. And if the room decides it wants to keep spinning this or without me, well, more souls on the pile.
So,
But despite my sarcasm at our first meeting, I did hold your mother in high regard. And while you share, well, her beauty at least, if not her social quirks, I feel almost compelled to offer you an out.
I'm gonna look
but-
over at Thalia at that, just kind of. I'm gonna roll insight on this guy because I trust him about as far as I can throw him. I
Go for it.
8 strength, so
Best as you can tell, he's not kidding. He's
So-
just acting. He's just acting on what you told him before.
So, if I were to, would I have to get down on my knees and grovel before her or anything like that?
Unfortunately, I don't know. I haven't brought this to her attention yet. I imagine there will be terms attached, if she decides to accept. But you're under no pressure. If you feel like what you're doing is a more effective way of going about things, then by all means, don't let me say you.
Getting her off of my back, even for a short while, would be nice. And I would be able to use my face again.
Oh, don't get me wrong, she'd likely work you to the bone, but... It's entirely up to you. I understand you've got a rather interesting arrangement with that vampire.
How much don't you know? Or have you been just sitting here reading my mind the entire time?
I wouldn't call it reading your mind per se, but we do keep tabs. And we've been doing that since you left Vanal.
Make it. It almost sounds like one of my crew is, or one of the crew is with you, but. Well, it's entirely possible, but. They haven't stabbed me, so I don't care enough.
Oh, nothing like that. We just have our means.
I'm gonna look at Thalia and look back at him. I'll need some time to think over this as, well, this is a little bit of a departure from what I was expecting.
Of course. And I understand it's a choice that you're not exactly comfortable making. If you want, I can just as easily brainstorm something else.
Keep brainstorming, but I will at least think on this, and since you've been so polite as to not stab me at these meetings or send your, and she kind of looks over at the other half. Is the other half drow still here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
is your
she and the two big burly drow guards are at the other table watching you.
or your friends over there?
But yes, I wouldn't want to offer you any, ultimatum? Basically, I don't want you to do anything with which you're too terribly uncomfortable. And unfortunately, I feel working alongside the one who ordered the murder of your family might be just that.
It's definitely, well, my hatred for her and want to burn her house down wouldn't exactly have gone. It's very akin to someone setting your dog on fire and then saying, "How will we be best friends?" Though a
Fair
lot
enough.
more to the heart.
It's a rushed solution. If you need me to come up with something else, I can do that.
Well, I'll let you at least think of something else, but I will think on it at least. Though I must say, though,
Then how about this? If I do come up with something better, do I have your permission to address you with it personally and directly?
yes. Though I make it very clear that your problem is with me. Or rather, Shinwei's problem is with me, not the rest of the crew.
Of course. I just wanted to make sure that you are fine with me approaching you directly with this.
Yes, as long as you're not burying something into my side or killing me, I am rather fine with it.
Not really my style.
Indeed, you seem to prefer to be the mastermind of the organization rather than the one diving the blade in.
You're not wrong. Then if there was nothing else, Fräulein, I'll be sure to keep an ear out for any of that hotter in the business for you.
Well, the only other thing I had to ask was, who is she? Is she from one of the other noble families? Talking about the other half-drow there.
Ah, right.
Oh, nein, she's just one of the slave caste from the Tekkenwehr. Striking resemblance, though, isn't it?
Yes. A little too much.
Does that unnerve you? I could always go and request another one.
No, it's just another path my life might have taken, or might take. Depending on what goes on. But
Of course.
I do hope that you at least treat her well. I know that Shinwei probably would rather, have more gruesome ways of dealing with her.
I'm sure she does. But I tend to avoid raising my hand to people. I much prefer to do things the civil way.
Indeed, and that is why I came to you rather than trying to play chicken with any of the other ones who are probably in the city.
A pleasant surprise, I assure you.
Indeed, as much as I rather not dislike you outside of that comment you made about my mother, I at least can appreciate a conversation with you, unlike some of their other kind.
Likewise.
But then, that was all I had. Thalia, did you have anything else you wish to say to the nice man?
No, not at the moment.
Then he'll be going.
Well then, take care. Have a good evening, and as always, dear Charya, watch your back.
Of course. And she'll get up and head back out.
No
both
follow.
Heinrich and his posse watch you as you both leave.
I'm just gonna kind of glance over the half-drow and instead of attempting to scare her this time, just kind of have a sad look.
She just stares at you blankly.
And once we get outside, she'll sigh and just kind of look over at Salia. I have no idea what I want to do currently.
Well, even if his offer is genuine, you basically would be agreeing to a type of servitude to someone who slaughtered your family. Would you really be okay with that?
No, which is why I asked him. I was at least going to be polite enough to think on it, but the answer would probably end up being no.
Good, because I'd have to slap you for agreeing to something that's stupid.
Indeed, and I'd at least have. That's one of the many things I'd have to thank you for if I ever did something that stupid.
Well,
Uh,
well,
But
at least that gave us a little bit of more information. The doctors in the
and-
Noble district probably aren't who we're looking for. And we have a
So-
possible another suspect with the guy who gave us all this information to begin with. So how do we know all of this information is correct? Or he didn't leave something out?
Well, then unfortunately we don't, and the only way we could get more access to any direct evidence of this or something like that is to either stake out his life for the next couple of days.
Or just talk to
Or-
Xena?
Yes, that was my other suggestion: is find Xena, talk to her, and see if we can't weasel our way in when he's not looking.
Mm-hmm. But for now,
Unless there's something else you wanted to do while we're out, I think we should go back and have. What time is it? Where'd you go,
Chris.
At this point, I would say it would be early evening. Sorry, I had myself muted. So maybe 4 or 5.
Alright. Go
Good.
back and grab ourselves something for dinner.
Yeah, because we could also. Other areas to investigate is talking to people at the church for the religious aspect of it.
And we
And in that
always
same.
gotta go up there.
Yeah, in that same thought process, somebody at the museum might also know the religious aspect of it too for the region.
And we can at least investigate, or do at least some side dabbling if we go to the church about, well, the group causing people to go insane over magic, since they at least had Bracken under their control when it sounds like Jura said that he might have been under their control.
Right. There's also going to the Middle District to investigate the area of the last victim, since that's where
Indeed.
she was from. So we have
Oh,
a few
let's-
options.
Well, we can always swing by the area where she was last murdered and then head back, since we're all the way out here in the slums.
That works.
Lead on, my furry-tailed friend.
Alright. I guess we'll head to the Middle District.
Alright. Meanwhile, Jura and Okazad at the pit.
No.
Is the other lizard even here still? No?
I don't. Zach, you with us?
I forgot that I muted my mic.
Ah.
Everybody's mutant
Everyone
mics.
doing that.
I muted it because my thing got unplugged. I didn't want you guys to hear yourselves through my mic. So
Fair enough. So we are now back to you and Okazad at the pit.
yeah, I was saying how do we keep ending up back here, and then
What do you mean?
Yeah. it doesn't matter. Just all right. So we're back at the pits. We need to find and talk to some doctors or someone that can inform us about said doctors.
Yeah, it's a different person behind the desk this time. But This new gentleman, a rather portly human, sees you come in. Champion Jura, welcome. As you stare awkwardly at him, apparently.
The champion is too good to speak to this man.
I think I'm plugged again. I don't know why it's happening so frequently right now. But
And I'm being yanked away, so I can.
it's a good thing I fixed it. Sorry. So what did he say to me? Just give me a quick.
Just said, oh, Champion Jura, good evening.
Oh, hello. We're here to. We need to find some information out. Is there anywhere I can find out about the doctors that work here, or if you could give me that information, or if I could talk to the doctors directly?
Oh, if you mean the medics, I believe a couple of them are standing by in the green room, if you wish to speak with them.
Oh, I can head over there. Yes. Thank you. I shall head over there.
Of course, unfortunately, I can't give you their personal details. That's a HIPAA violation.
Sure.
Really?
No, not really. He does not say that.
Anyway, so I'll head over to the green room, presumably bringing Okazaki because he's brain dead at the moment.
Yeah. Okaza's been pro-tagged, so let's just assume he's glued to you with the hip. So you encounter a couple of the medics basically just waiting to be called out into the pit to heal whoever's out there duking it out at the moment.
I go to the doctors. I go, "Hello, medics. How are you all doing today?"
It's a male Genasi and a female half-elf. They both look at you. Oh, Champion Jura, how are you this evening?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Just looking for some information. That's really all. Just checking things out.
Sure. What can we do for you?
We're just doing some things here. Is there anyone that's really talented with that has like a? Did I find out about the master apprenticeship thing? Did they tell me that?
I believe we did.
I would assume we relayed all the information we found out.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we mentioned-
if it wasn't expressly stated, let's say that it was.
I'm looking for someone that's is there any medics or doctors here? I guess it's the same thing. That is doing a master and apprentice kind of relationship right now. Any new trainees or something?
Not at the moment, sir. Most of us either came from places far off. Those of us who were born and raised here in Nessus now typically learned healing magic over at the temple.
Temple. That's interesting. Is there anyone that's pretty good at surgeries, either removing or transplanting anything from the body?
Oh, wow. We've actually never had to deal with that.
I didn't think so, but
Those kinds of doctors would be the probably the high rolling ones over in the upper district. But why do you know somebody who needs a transplant, sir?
No. Just interested in some things, and this is the first place to go because you guys treat us really well. So I'm just trying to see what how common this knowledge is. And I'm looking for maybe another doctor on our ship. Not right now yet, but we're just curious right now.
Oh, there's a transient one who set up shop in the bazaar a few months back. I hear he's good with transplants.
I've also heard so. I've briefly met him, so I've talked to him already.
Freaks me the fuck out.
He's a bit of a weirdo, yes. All right.
But, yeah, other than that, I'm not too sure, sir.
And just out of curiosity, do you medics have all have homes here? Is there like one central building you all stay at here?
Most of us live in the middle district.
Really, a bunch of medics only in the middle district? You guys should get paid more for this.
No, that's doctor's wage, sir. Upper district is for nobles and high rollers only.
Well, well, that's alright.
Plus, middle district is closer to work.
Well, real quick while I'm here, has Bracken, when he came here, did any of you see him when he first initially arrived here at the pit?
Only briefly, but he didn't like us getting too close.
Did he say anything about hating magic or anything while he was coming in?
Oh, every other sentence.
Even when he first arrived?
Yeah. The only time he let us heal him is when you knocked him out.
Dude, just for recollection's sake, do you remember when he first arrived? How long he's been here for?
A couple weeks ago? I think from what he put on his registration sheet, he was on a ferry inbound from either Ushula or Antalya, one of those places to the west of here.
That's some information as well. Alright. Well, thank you for the help. I'll definitely go and see if I can talk to any of those upper district doctors, and maybe I'll stop by that temple with Okazad here. Sorry about Okazad, he's kind of out of it right now. He's kind of very tired. He hasn't slept well, you know.
Oh, that's alright, sir.
Alright, well, if Bracken comes back, and he's still acting weird, let us know, okay? Send a messenger or something.
Yes, sir. Though, his weird to you is just normal to us. We don't know him any other way.
Well, it's still strange. It shouldn't be too normal.
And you hear from out in the fight pit, "And the wolves take this fight!" Oh, shit. Sorry, sir. Duty calls.
No, my leg!
Go do what you gotta do. Help with whatever they got hurt with.
The half-elf grabs a stretcher and they both book it outside.
Alright, and I'll take Brain Dead Okazad and... Is there a specific place in the upper district I can go to talk to people? Or...
The two actual named places in the upper district are the History Museum and the Menagerie.
What's a menagerie again?
Basically a giant zoo.
Okay.
And those two green areas out in front of the fort are both the Menagerie, and then they're connected by sky bridges over that walkway in the center.
Where's the temple? Temple's E. So
Yeah, the temple is the big building in the townscape.
It makes more sense to go to the upper district first and try to see if we can find anything. Although whether they let us in or not, we'll find out.
I mean, you can walk through the upper district. It's just a bunch of...
Oh, okay. I thought it was like... Okay. Alright, yeah, we'll head over to the upper district, see if we can
They
find
basically
any...
imagine it like New York City. You can walk down Park Avenue, you just can't live there.
You can dream. Yeah, I guess we'll head to the upper district, see if we can find any information there before heading to the temple.
Cool.
I guess no specific area, see if we can find any doctors in that area.
Alright, that would be... I would say an investigation with disadvantage, since you don't really know, like, you don't have any leads to really track down.
Just walking aimlessly.
Unfortunately not. You're just walking, like, back and forth between all these noble people. Are you a doctor? Are you a doctor? Are you a doctor? And they are all putting now a wide berth between themselves and you.
But that's Delic also do it. Delic, you turn your mic back on, you're fine.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making sure wasn't interrupting anything or anything.
Yeah. So Okazad, you see that Jura's method is not quite working. So you put a slightly different spin on it, and you're, asking people a little more civilly, like excuse me, like, do you know we're in need of a doctor? Do you know one? And roll me a persuasion now. Just Okazad.
You good?
Soft 20, not bad. Yes, you managed to convince one noble gentleman to point you in the direction of a doctor's house.
Good job, Okazad. I don't know why my method wasn't working. I asked so many people.
Let's just... Gee, maybe because you were kind of going a bit crazed at it? Let's just get
It's alright.
Come on, let's just get moving.
Yeah, so we'll head to said doctor's place.
Alright. What you arrive at is a large, elaborate, basically a mansion that looks as though it double functions as a doctor's practice. You walk up the stairs to the front door, and there is a hanging sign that is flipped over to read, "Closed. Will open tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Damn it.
Do we see the hours anywhere here?
It says 8 a.m., so...
Yeah, from what you can see, it's 8 to 5.
Well, we'll see if we can stop here tomorrow unless we get other information otherwise. Well, I guess the only other place for us to go is the temple here, buddy.
I mean, it's not that far after 5.
Oh, is it not? I thought it was
Yeah, we
later.
could probably just knock and see if anyone's around.
Well, all right, then I'll knock.
All right. Then roll. How many times do you want to knock?
I'll do 3 solid knocks.
Then roll me 3 solid persuasions.
I think the first one did it.
Yeah, the first one will do it. You hear some scrambling from inside, and you're waiting there for a good minute. Finally, you hear shuffling come. You hear like 2 or 3 locks undo on the door, and it swings open, revealing a man more or less in pajama bottoms and no shirt. This long-eared elven gentleman looking at you going,
I say, do you have any idea what time it is?
Like, not long after you closed.
The sign says closed, sir.
I know. I see. I can read it.
Then why are you here?
Because I am doing an investigation.
Okazad elbows Jura for a bit there.
I don't stop.
Oh, we're doing that, are we?
Oh my god.
Ooh, I think we are.
Good day, sir.
he slams the door in your face.
God.
I knock
Dumbass!
I knock it 2
There's
more
like-
times.
Sir.
I keep knocking the door.
Jura.
Yeah,
Say
no,
keep
you
your
failed, dude.
I knock it 3 more times.
Come back tomorrow with an actual medical ailment, or I swear the guards will give you reason to come see me. Ooh.
Sir, we're doing an investigation of the murders. We need your help.
There's nothing but silence now.
I knock 3 more. I keep knocking.
No, at this point, Jura just. At this point, Okazad just pulls Jura away. He's like, come on, just go. Did you really need to antagonize the man?
Yes, he deserved it. He sounded stupid.
So do you
Well,
most of the time.
unfortunately,
Yeah,
Well-
but when I do it, it usually works out.
I
He just has
subscribe
no
to the New
sense of humor.
Yorker. Ugh.
He just had no sense of
Let's
humor.
just get to the temple.
I forget the name, but I based that voice on a character I heard in Freakazoid when I was a kid. But yes, unfortunately, nothing doing with that gentleman now.
Yeah. Basically, it's like we're just going. Cool.
I don't understand what went wrong.
Gee, I don't know. Maybe because you mock the man.
He
People tend to be less receptive when you do that.
Well, he could have had a sense of humor about it.
Coming from the guy who was very punctual. No.
He could have enjoyed it a little more.
Just go.
So where are we going now that is kind of fallen through?
Well, temple at this point because, well, we have no more leads in this area.
All right, you venture to the temple. What exactly are you looking for here?
Well, they did say that there are some people that can do some like healing magic here. Plus, it's the only other place they could talk to anyone that does anything medical.
Yes, the temple is far and away the most robust concentration of clerics in the city.
Also
Clerics,
ask,
yeah.
yeah. Also ask about the religious aspect of the killings too.
That's probably what we'll do.
But yeah, your big population of clerics and paladins are going to be either based here or regularly worshiping here.
Well, if our killer is someone in the town, this is our best place to find him, probably.
All
So
right.
I guess. Well, is there like a desk clerk or someone I can talk to, like kind of the front?
Not here. There's not really a desk per se, but there are several temple hands and temple maidens around.
All right,
And
well,
roll me a perception, both of you.
Alrighty.
oof.
Jura, not so much. You're still
Got him.
reeling from the rudeness of that doctor. Okazad, you notice there is a man in elaborate robes, and it looks like he's got a almost like a leopard skin shawl hanging over one of his shoulders. This man is kneeling before the statue of Muda, the god of the underworld, and appears to be in prayer.
suppose that's who we should be probably talking to if we want to find something.
Well, now that you've seen him, roll me a religion.
Jack shit.
With a 7, he's definitely dressed better than the temple hands and temple maidens, but you don't know why.
You see something, Okazan?
The man over there.
What man? Oh, that guy. Kind of stands out. How did I not see him?
Maybe because you're still reeling from that stupid doctor that you decided to harass a bit.
Whatever. Hey, we're here. Let's get what information we can from these people. They're probably nicer than that guy.
Hopefully.
So, all right, so I guess we'll approach him.
You accost this man, you see... He almost, like, as you get closer, as if he knew you were coming, he kind of bows his head, offers his hands up, and stands before turning to address you. He looks at you both. You're looking at a tan-skinned human male, definitely getting a little on in years, with a peppered beard hanging down just halfway down his neck. Good evening, my sons. I am Head Priest Manu. How may I help you?
We're investigating the murders that have been in town, and we were wondering, we're just trying to see if there's anything we can find out from the temple.
He closes his eyes and gives a genuinely solemn look about that, and does basically the pantheonic equivalent of the Catholic Father, Son, Holy Spirit thing, as in, like, you know, gods help the victims. Dreadful things, those. But if I can be of any help to you, please, you've but to ask.
Well, we're trying to figure out what's going on. We believe it's possibly 2 people or more. So is there possibly any kind of master or apprenticeship, or, you know, anything of the sort, or anyone you may even know if that has nothing to do with the temple?
You say you think it is multiple people?
Possibly. We're not quite sure, but it's a possibility that that's the case.
Dreadful. But a master and apprentice, you say, of what specifically?
Anything, I don't know, medical, maybe. I don't know how
You're
all this
asking
works.
the religious people about medical.
Well, I like I said, I don't know. I'm listen.
Okay, here's a better question. Why would someone be interested in the Genasi?
Ah, yes, that's a better question.
Many reasons, I would think. Genasi are integral to the culture of Mahad. They are born inherently magical from the far planes of the elemental world. Their very existence is a topic of curiosity and interest for a great number of people.
They are very interesting, but what could one gain from killing them?
Not just one though. It's just, like, a variety of them as well. Not just sticking to one.
While I cannot speak to your murderer's intentions, offhand I would imagine nothing more than could be gained from slaying anyone else.
Is there anyone that's been suspicious around here, or that you may have seen in town?
There is a new lieutenant over at the naval fort. He showed up just briefly before the murder started.
What makes him suspicious?
The Navy are not native to Mahad, my son. Many of them are merely stationed here. They have no appreciation for our culture, our ways. It is entirely possible that those points of intrigue or curiosity over the Genasi could have translated into an unhealthy obsession for one of them.
Do you know this lieutenant's name?
Skute, I believe.
Did we talk to this dude?
Yes, Skute is the one you spoke to.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's...
He is the one who succeeded Commander Mercer over at Fort Amenmer.
That has occurred to me. All the victims were also female, correct?
That is what the papers say.
Yes,
So
that
what,
is correct.
What would so why would they go after a female Genasi instead of a male? Is there any significance to this religiously?
Religiously, no. As for the mindset of your killer, I could only begin to guess.
Hmm.
Unfortunately, not a whole lot of information here. Although,
Still more questions than we have answers for. Oh, back to
well,
the
I
drawing
don't.
board.
I don't claim to be the smart one of the group.
You think I
But
do?
if you are dealing with a team, as you say, be wise when taking testimony. It is entirely likely your killer could have persuaded his apprentice to lie for them.
True. We've talked to so many people now.
So many people, so much conflicting.
It's
And
possible we've talked to both of them right now already. And don't take this as personal. I mean, but you wouldn't have to have anything to do with said killings, would you?
No, my son, I would not.
Well, don't think me rude for asking, but I've got to check.
It's a rather healthy line of thought. We do embalm the recently deceased here. It's not a stretch to think that a rather skilled embalmer could be the one responsible for the heart removal. Your suspicion is valid.
Because I only have one question left, so I don't know if about my acquaintance here. Do you happen to know of any Genasi in the area? Like any that could easily be targeted? It seems this person might be going after easier targets.
Unfortunately, there are far too many in Nessus now for me to name. Genasi make up a rather major part of the population here.
I guess that would be very broad.
so he has an entire garden to pick up from. Fantastic.
Well, like, I don't have. Okusa, do you have anything else to ask the nice man?
Hmm. Unless you want to talk about your specific issue that we encountered, I do not believe so.
I'm pretty sure my specific problem is elsewhere. I don't think I'll get much else from here.
Hmm.
Worry
I
about
believe
that
is-
later. Let's solve the murder. We'll worry about that problem later.
I only just bring it up because I figured we were here.
Well, I do have one more question, actually, before we go. You say there's nothing special about the Genasi. What about their hearts?
The hearts are the seat of the soul, my son.
What-
Everyone's heart is equally important.
That still doesn't that still doesn't explain why a Genasi specifically would be sought over the others.
Well,
Like
the
say a lizard folk or a human.
what if this person just hates Genasi? Well, thank you for your time. We don't really have anything else. There's nothing really else we can gain from this, I don't think.
I do not believe so either. We appreciate you for taking some time for us.
Of course, my sons. I am only sorry that I could not be of more help.
Well, if you happen to hear anything through the grapevine, let us know.
How would I do that?
We have a boat in port, or you could messenger a bird us or something. I don't know.
Jura.
Well, I am a priest, my son. What is your name?
I am Jura. Jura Harak.
Very well then, Jura Harak. And you hear in your head, then I can use my sending spell to communicate with you if I learn anything new.
Okay, that's really weird, but thank you.
And he smiles.
And I just turned to Oaks and I said, I don't think we can really learn anything else from today.
Unfortunately, I think it's best that we head back at this point. Continue, maybe see what we've scrounged up together.
So
Yes.
congrats. High Priest Manu now has you and now has Jura on speed dial.
Hooray.
You're on his Fave 5 now.
Oh, good, another voice in my head.
What'd you say his name was?
Manu. M-A-N-U.
I don't like him.
we'll just head back to the Ivy.
Alrighty. Then Charia and Thalia, where are you at this juncture?
We were heading to the site of the last murder, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the middle district.
Alright, I think this will be the last thing we have time for.
Okay.
So you arrive at where the last murder took place. A lot of it, the crime scene at this point has been largely cleaned up, like there aren't even any chalk lines or anything else, but there is a very heavy guard presence here.
Alright, well, we're gonna go up and look at it. I don't care about these guards.
They don't, like, they obviously pay you mind as you're poking around what used to be a crime scene, but they're not approaching you, they're just keeping an eye on you.
Right. I'm just gonna kind of look around and see if we can find anything.
Perception.
Investigation,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, no, I can't perception and then investigate. Damn it.
Actually, yeah, go ahead, I'll float you that.
Wait, hold
Yes.
on. I got an idea.
No.
I got an idea.
What?
No, I can help you. I am going to cast. I'm going to pat Folly on the head and cast Enhance Ability to give them advantage on all wisdom checks.
Ooh, all wisdom.
Or no, sorry, intelligence, because.
Oh, come on. Okay.
Well-
I mean, that's investigation, so that's actually helpful still.
Well, yeah, you have now. I'm doing that to you, and then I'm doing it to me right after. So we both have advantage on all intelligence checks now for like.
Okay, well, let me perception to see if I see anything to investigate.
An hour.
With a 21, as previously mentioned, a lot of the crime scene appears to have been, like, cleaned up, all the evidence long since bagged and tagged and cleared away. But with a 21, you do notice up on the like, you know, in New Orleans they have those overhanging balconies.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
I said yes.
There's something similar to that. Yeah, okay. There's something similar to that, and on it you see what looks like something shining, just kind of hanging from it, like up and out of view if you weren't specifically looking in that direction.
All right. Then I will go investigate.
All right.
And
Charia
I'll-
with an 8, unfortunately, nothing doing. The guards have cleaned this place up rather nice.
Yeah.
Then
I'll investigate ground
investigation
level.
with advantage.
Investigation. Whew.
Nat
Hey!
20!
Yeah.
See how does the ground level?
Oh, you are not doing well.
I got us a nat 20, so I'll take
Yeah,
that
it's-
way.
Charia, it's not that you're not doing well, it's that the crime scene has been just cleaned and cleared away. Like, they've pretty much booked everything that was here, so you're not finding a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Thalia, what you have found, that dangling shiny that you've discovered, appears to be a silver locket, and with your nat 20 in investigation, you piece together in your head where it is relative to where the body was discovered. You figure the most recent victim probably threw this right before she was killed. And it just happened to catch on one of the hooks on this balcony where the guards couldn't see it.
Okay, well then I will go get it.
Alright, you have a silver locket.
I wish to open it.
You do so, and inside you find on one side it appears to be a rather well done, like, not really an oil painting, but like a colored engraving of the most recent victim on one side, and on the other there is another water genasi, this one a male, and you can on his face he appears rather young, about the same age as her, and he's got the start of a sort of goatee beard, not unlike Captain League's, except his is made of seafoam.
That's awesome.
Okay. Is there anything else I can get from it for why she would have thrown it?
Not offhand, but on the front of it, like if you were to close it and look at the front, there is engraving on that as well.
Okay, can I look at that?
Yes, it says Kala and Jazz 1003.
Okay. All right. Anything else around the crime scene?
Unfortunately not. That was the only thing up and out of the way where the guards wouldn't have seen. Everything else they've already dealt with.
Well, Chari, is there anyone we want to talk to around here?
Yeah, let's chat with one of the guards. Oh, we'll chat with one of the guards, maybe one of the people that lives around here. No, actually, let's chat with one of the people that lives around here. That's probably the better angle to go at than one of the guards.
Yeah, the guards probably won't have anything.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then, is there any specific type of person you're looking to pull aside?
No, just someone who looks like they live, like, around this spot.
I want someone that looks like a nosy neighbor.
Couldn't hear you, AJ.
Oh. Can you not
Like
hear
a
me?
nosy neighbor. Okay.
Yeah, like a nosy neighbor.
No, I can't.
No, heard you.
Then go ahead and roll me a perception, both of you.
Perception. As soon as my thing was.
Before you roll your thing, I'm gonna change your thing over to, or change our things over to, or change yours over to wisdom. That'll be my last third level spell.
Okay.
Because enhance ability is really nice.
18 then.
Okay, so you would have gotten advantage on that.
Perception. No. Ah, man, I should have cast it on myself. I know I helped other people.
Yeah, Thalia, you notice on the street, pretty much opposite of where this alley like opens up, you see a woman basically bringing in laundry for the evening. She is a rather corpulent wind genasi woman, and she basically looks like the suburby gossip type. She even has a little tiny furry dog running around her legs.
Yes. She's who I wish to talk to.
Alright, well, shall I lead or?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, I'll walk on over. Excuse me, do you have a moment to talk?
Oh my, hello!
We're trying to help figure out what happened with the murder across the way, and we just want to ask you a couple of questions if that's okay with you.
Oh, absolutely. Please come in.
Yeah, go inside. Oh, she seems nice enough.
Both of you
She stabbed us.
just for the fuck of it, both of you give me an animal handling.
Oh, dear lord.
Okay, Thalia, surprisingly, given the player behind the woman.
No.
The small dog, yeah, the small dog actually takes kindly to you, like wags his tail and like doesn't really pay you any mind. Sharia, it does not like you.
Well, it's a small dog. I don't pay it much mind. I'm used to spiders. Though, usually you keep those in cages for very good reason. You don't want them eating the servants.
Yeah.
So the woman ushers you into her home, and she immediately goes and starts brewing some tea.
Horrible bit of business, that murder.
Yes, it's rather unfortunate, and we're hoping that we can solve it all before any more happen.
Oh, are you assisting the guard?
Yeah, we were assisting them in trying to nail it down. You know, get
Quite a
whoever's doing
noble
it to.
Quite a noble pursuit.
She sets down 3 tea plates with little cups on them.
Then you didn't hear this from me, dear.
She leans in over the table.
I heard Kala was having an affair.
Oh, do you know with who? Charlie will say as she just kind of drinks the tea.
Unfortunately, the rumors never covered that. But poor Jazz, he must be heartbroken.
It's unfortunate, but I really wish it could have been stopped beforehand. But unfortunately, or rather, hopefully, we can find out who her killer was before any more damage is done.
Do you know where we could find
Well,
Jazz?
hopefully you do it. He lives a little to the north of here. But hopefully you do a better job at dealing with this than the guards do. Can you believe it took them almost a day to find the poor girl?
Yeah, no, I'm quite surprised. Did no one in the local area happen to notice her in there?
Oh, a couple of hours before. But the guards took their sweet time getting here, amidst the crisis.
Did Thalia show me or did Thalia show Charia the pendant?
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah. Did you hear any noise that day, or anything like a metal on metal kind of sound?
Oh, nothing quite like that, but I did hear my poor little Spud barking all day long.
She picks up the dog and just cradles him and pets him.
Would it be okay if I talk to him to make sure he's okay?
Talk to Spud? Why, certainly. He's very social, aren't you, boy?
Oh, for Jesus Christ.
I'll let you handle that one, Thalia.
I can tell AJ's loving this.
No, not at all. I'm gonna talk to a goddamn chihuahua.
And you blame
Well,
me for making fun of the doctor.
It's more like a Pomeranian, but okay.
That's worse. Oh,
yep.
God. Yippy little shit. Oh.
Go ahead, babe. Speak to the dog.
Okay, well, I guess I just look at him and, oh, fuck.
And he looks at me, and I look at him.
You look at me, and I look at him.
I guess just ask him, if he heard anything that day. Heard or smelled anything.
Oh, yeah. Like, you could smell, like, when something's dead. Yeah, you can yeah, you can smell it a ways off. It was real bad. Kept wanting to go investigate it, but, yeah, Master wouldn't let me leave. She's really protective, you know?
I can see that. What caught your attention first that day?
First it was the smell, and then the crows. I heard a lot of crows. They were really annoying. I couldn't chase them. I was inside. They were outside.
Do you know where the crows were?
Yeah, they were where the smell was coming from.
Ollie, make sure to ask the dog if he happened to see anyone around, the night before they found the body.
Mm-hmm. Did you see anyone around that person? Maybe a few days before?
Few days, no. But the night before I heard all the crows, there were that's when the smell started, and that's when I went to the window to try and smell the smell, and then there was a person.
Can you describe the person?
Yes, it was person-sized, like you, two-legger. and all black. It was wearing all black.
What did the person smell like?
Blood. Blood and what is other stuff? When the wind blows in from the east, I can smell it too.
Kind of. Oh, I can't understand dog outside helps.
Smell good stuff. They come by when they ask Master for money. They smell like it too.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Do you?
Yeah, you're talking like a religious person coming by, asking for donations.
Then what's the smell he's talking about?
I don't know exactly the smell he's talking about. He said it smells good,
Incense?
so probably some sort of incense or flowers or.
There you go. Yeah, but a dog doesn't know what an incense is, so.
Yeah. Well, I still pieced it together if I knew who he was talking about. Wait, did Thalia piece that together though?
I don't know.
Can I roll something?
Yeah,
to
go
see
ahead and
if
roll a flat. Yeah, roll a flat intelligence and see. Because you should still. Does enhance
believe
ability
you
only
changed
work
it to-
once or?
Well, they changed it to wisdom, didn't they?
I changed it over to wisdom because it's a concentration spell.
Ah, okay, so you can only have one at once.
Oh, you
Yeah,
should have left
and
it. Oh, that
I
didn't
was trying to help.
help. What are the people that come to the door? Can you tell me anything about them that smell the same way?
Yeah, they come by. They're usually younger. Younger than you, I think. About the same age as the chew toy. And he looks over at Charya.
I just kind of look over at the dog. What's the dog's? I just kind of like. I don't like give it an angry look. I just kind of look at it like, "What the hell are you? Why are you so tiny?" I don't say anything.
Just bares his teeth at you.
Can you tell me how they are dressed?
Just
They usually, yeah, they mostly in white, and then sometimes in other colors. It's hard to tell. Colors are weird.
Do you remember what they ask for? You said they just asked for money. Do you remember why?
Yeah. Let me roll intelligence for this fucking dog.
as I'm just imagining Thalia.
Yeah, that's good.
okay.
Wow,
pretty
this
good.
dog's pretty smart.
Dog.
Yes, they called it alms.
Now can I roll something to know?
Yes. Try another intelligence with advantage.
Please.
You know that usually only those of a holy persuasion go around asking for alms.
Mm-hmm. I was right to be suspicious of that guy. Alright.
So Thalia, does the dog have any?
Well, hang on. I'm not done
Info.
talking to the dog.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, if you've got info, I can maybe try to change into another shape to match what he's describing.
Oh, true. So I guess I can relay that.
Well, since you said all black and at first all black and then possibly a religious person. At first I kind of go over to the doctor. I kind of change over to the doctor's look.
And I look back at the dog. Is this what you saw that night?
Have the chew toy turn around.
I turn around. I
Yeah,
stand up and I turn around.
Similar from behind, but not with a crow's face.
Okay, so I kind of. So then you go to religious, and I'm thinking.
But I also didn't see the two-legger's face, so.
So similar from behind.
So I tell.
Well,
I basically just like, and turn into like a priest.
Any specific kind? I mean,
Just the ones that we've seen in the temple.
alright, I'll kind of start shifting between the ones that I've seen at the temple. Specifically ones wearing black or other or dark clothing like that.
As the dog watches this, oh yeah, those are the ones who come to the door. Yeah, so the smell that I smelled before the blood, it smelled like those people smell, but not like the chew toy smells.
Thank you very much. Is there anything you want me to relay to your master?
Yeah, and he looks at kind of like a very big hourglass on a dresser. Belly rubs in 30 minutes.
I relay that to the lady.
She's not allowed to be late.
I relay that to the lady and say, you have a very smart and caring dog.
Oh, I know! Isn't he just the greatest?
Yes, he's wonderful.
How much does it pain you to say that in real life?
Oh god, I want to drown it.
I'm just is it bad I'm just imagining this entire conversation is just fox yips and dog yips?
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty much all it is.
I'm just sitting there drinking tea and so like, this tea's really good.
Yeah. Alright, well, that is great information right there. Oh. So I guess we can just thank her and leave.
Oh, of course. And if you're ever looking for dirt on some of the other neighbors, just let me know.
Will do.
Have a nice day, ma'am.
Oh, and you as well.
And once we leave, Charia's gonna look over at Thalia and go, so what did that mutt call me?
Don't worry about it.
He did not seem to like me.
Apparently you're a little bit of a chew toy.
This is why I hate small. I'm much more happy with with the spiders we used to have.
Well,
so you need to keep those. You need to be careful with those because if one of the servants falls in, generally the spider just gets extra meal that day.
Mm-hmm.
We tried to stop it, but have you ever tried to wrestle a person away from a giant spider?
No, and I really don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thalia, there are certain fey creatures in Kiriyama called Jirogumo that are similar, but you don't want to tussle with them either.
Anyways.
Yeah, so you like when Charia says wrestling a giant spider, you imagine that.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's not exactly fun. Though, I mean, there were a couple of nice spiders, I used to have my own pet one back there. Unfortunately, house catching on fire, I never did see what happened to Miss Fluffles.
Okay. Anyways, back to the actual investigation.
Yeah. What, I'm not allowed to have pets just because I'm, questionably morals?
I don't care if you have a pet.
Okay.
But we actually learned something very important. For one, doctors is more in the clear. And also...
Completely forgot that Thalia could talk to dogs.
Also, that it's probably somebody from the church, which makes sense for the religious aspect. And this is a Mahad area. They do embalming. And embalming takes the same amount of skill as transplanting does.
True. And that would also explain where the magic comes from.
Exactly. So we need to look at their embalmers, but we need to do it without letting them know that's what we're looking at. We can't go in there and straight up ask about the murders then.
No,
Which-
but I had an idea.
Hmm.
You can talk with that dog, right? And that dog knows more or less who they're looking for.
Well,
Nor-
no. That dog did not see the front.
Well, even then, if it has an idea of what they look from the back, and it seems to have a fairly good memory from how well that conversation
No.
seemed to go.
No, it was from the smell.
Oh. Well,
They
Maybe
smelled
we
like
can-
someone from the church.
unfortunately, then I was going to say one of us, you could carry around the dog and use it as a murder finder.
I highly doubt that would be.
Yeah, that'd be a great conversation. Hey, ma'am, can we borrow your dog?
Yeah, I don't think that would be useful. The dog
But then
didn't
we
see
could
the
say-
actual face.
But at the same time, then we could call ourselves the Mystery Incorporated.
And no. But we will need to find a way to investigate the church without the church letting us know, or letting them know we're investigating. Which unfortunately,
So-
Thalia doesn't know that Okazan and Jura were already there and already basically told them we were investigating. A team.
So-
They don't know you are.
So, Thalia, I have an idea.
What?
How about we just do our usual thing?
She cocks her head to the side. Which usual thing are you referring to?
The part where we kind of just vanish into the darkness and just kind of stare at people and you steal things.
We could stealth out the church. We could probably do that tonight, though.
Yes, and it'll be slightly more risky, especially if Tekkenveer decides to pull any weird shots. But at least the main one in town doesn't seem to be terrible.
Well, we need to find out about the people inside the church as well. We need to get information on them. Who the embalmers are.
Well, could always pose as someone looking to bury someone.
True.
Could always say we're trying to bury, Okazad.
Or... The Earth is next, correct?
Yeah.
Perhaps you can turn into an Earth Genasi, and we can go in there, saying that someone close to you has died. And we're looking for information on how to do the burial. Whatever they do here.
Could say that they recently passed away outside of town, but we're bringing them home.
Exactly. And we basically parade you around the church. Whoever it is will see you and maybe take interest.
Are you hoping that they attempt to murder me?
Like you wouldn't survive.
I may be very, very resilient to not dying, but I need my heart. As much as it is just a cold
They also
lack of space.
They also don't seem to attack people when they're with others. They wait for them to be alone.
True. I'm just saying, hope if I'm willing to do this because I do trust you. But if it does fail, I don't know a way to come back from death.
This is
exactly.
more of an information gathering, and once we're out of the church, you can change back.
Alright. Well then, I'm good for this. We can do it. We can do it probably tomorrow, right?
Yes. We need to meet back up with the
Oh.
others first.
Indeed. Alright, let us go.
Then the plan is set. The crew goes to reconvene. And that is where we will end it.
Woo!
not much happened on me and Delok's end towards the end there.
Not really.
Yeah, but when you were talking to the priest, I got very suspicious of him.
Well, when you heard the name, but there one thing that did catch me when like thinking about it is like he has to know something. He's just being very like innocent about it.
Yeah,
Like
just
suspiciously innocent.
just the way he was talking, and I got suspicious. I mean, I already knew me and Chari were gonna go talk to the church anyway, but I wasn't actually
Yeah.
suspicious of anyone until you spoke to him.
I mean, I poked fun at the church probably being, or one of the church people probably being in on the murders. The
Yeah,
first
I
time
think
we got
one of
here.
the first things you said when I was describing the inside of the church was the priest did it.
Yeah, which I mean, like I called it.
We'll find out next time if you actually did call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not saying anything.
But,
Yeah. And since
contact
this
with
is
people.
Egypt and embalmers, as soon as you started talking about transplant, I was like, wait a minute. And then the priest mentioned embalmers, and I was like, mm-mm.
This is when the twist comes in. It was Ayami the whole time.
Actually, no. One of the thoughts I was thinking of was that one Genasi we actually, like over the table, that one Genasi we ran into, is it? That's like one thought I had in the back of my head for a bit.
Who? Tema, the one
Yeah.
Ayame was talking to?
No, the
I
one
think
we
he meant the
ran
one that
into.
got attacked by Bracken.
Yeah.
Sir.
Oh,
Because the last victim was water, correct?
yes.
So hypothetically, that would be the form like they would probably may have taken or something. And then the
Hmm.
next one would be disguised as something else, like would be the next element, for example.
Yeah, someone's
an
stealing
interesting
their
thought.
elements, yeah.
Exactly. Like they're
I mean-
going down the list. So like
Well-
the last victim could put, like the killer could potentially just be a water genasi right now.
Also, Chris, did you really have to make the doctor so untrustworthy, especially with his name?
I actually
Listen.
did not catch his entire name. What was it?
Mephistopheles. I
Who
believe.
is
I
a,
believe. It's-
devil.
he's a devil from what? It's the story of Faust, right?
Yeah.
I believe Mephistopheles was the devil that Faust sold his soul to.
I thought there was something with that name. Well, regardless,
Yeah,
Yep.
no, fun session, and now we've got a doctor, guys.
Woo!
Just,
Yeah, you've got a
Someone-
chopper for your
hopefully
ship.
he isn't the killer somehow at the end of this.
You
I
still might want
highly
to question
doubt
about the
it.
hearts. You still might want to question about the hearts.
Question
I
about the
mean,
hearts
he's a-
and his
he's a
interest in
doctor.
Agent Nasi specifically.
Why does he have so many hearts?
He'll be fine. I assume, is he on my ship right now? I'm back to
he
the ship.
should be
Is
going
he
to
there?
ours, actually. He should be going
It's,
to the Ivy. if I recall correctly.
No, I invited him to mine.
Yeah, when his appointments for the day were over, he was getting his stuff and going to the Koan.
yeah, I just said that he could borrow Pork and Anatos because, well,
Yeah, just to like help him settle in.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I
that-
Pork, because Pork, Pork's always nice.
I invited him to my ship because I'm the one with the baby. So
Mm-hmm.
You kind of need that.
And, I mean, we're so close all the time, if something does happen on one boat, we just get up close to each other and he just hops over.
exactly.
Hypothetically, we should split up the docks just in case.
Wait, what do you mean, like, get on two different docks?
No. Well, I mean, like we have a doctor and a cleric who can take care of medical stuff. But ideally, we should have one on each ship.
I'm fine with both of them being on the cone, even for now at least, just because.
I will say Thalio is not gonna like Ayame being on a different ship than her.
Yeah,
To be
one
fair,
that,
but I'm just speaking practically.
and two.
Nor
we need a
nor does she
doctor for,
respect Okazad's
shadow.
authority. So
I mean, I get that.
Mhm.
I'm just saying. I'm just speaking for practicality's
I
sake.
understand she doesn't respect me, but
like, I understand you have no motivation to do anything I say, but we would really like your cleric.
Recruit
So,
your
all
own
hands
Keeley
for-
people.
So all hands to make Jura the new captain.
we've been saying this for a while now. We haven't even actually done it. Try to do it in game. So
I mean, I might try to push for I could always push for the meeting before we leave.
Anyways, I think this episode has gone on long enough.
He's trying to change the
It's
subject.
3.5. It's 3 hours and 40 minutes.
Chari is
Okay.
about to call for a vote.
I'd like to start a vote for new captain.
The session's over, and
focus on.
Thoughts for later.
I mean, we'll have to think of our fleet captain. That's what we'll need eventually.
Yeah, that's something.
But thoughts for another day. We'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Deuces.
Later.